reading is Fancy Nancy, Peanut Butter and Jellyfish.
And the book that I will be reading is Pete the Cat, A Pet for Pete.
And the book that I'll be reading is Robin Hill School, The Garden Project.
Stay tuned at the end of this video because we will be doing some shout-outs.
And if you would like to shout out, all you gotta do is like and subscribe.
And the more subscribers we get, the more we're getting closer to getting 1,000 subscribers. So, yeah, now let's start.
Okay, so today what I will be reading is Pete the Cat, A Pet for Pete. By James Dean. Pete is going to the pet store. He's going to get a pet. Pete wants a bird, a hamster, or a lizard. But then Pete sees a goldfish. That's what I want, he tells his mom. Pete's mom gets fish food. I'm going to call you Goldie. Pete says to his new pet, "You are my first pet," Pete tells Goldie on the way home. Pete takes Goldie to his room. He feeds her fish food. Now what? Asks Pete. He can't play with Goldie. He can't swim with her. Pete knows what he can do. Pete paints a picture of Goldie. He paints 4 fins and an orange tail. "What a pretty painting," says Pete's mom. "You can keep it," says Pete. That's actually really nice. Cool painting, says Bob. "You can make one for me." "Sure," says Pete. Pete paints a picture for Bob. "Wow," says Bob. "It looks just like Goldie." I bet you guys can draw this. Bob shows Pete's painting to his friend Tom. Now Tom wants a painting too. Pete paints another picture of Goldie to take to school for show and tell. Actually, I think that's a great thing to show everyone in their class. This is Goldie, my pet fish. Pete tells his class, "Cute fish, cool colors, nice work." Let's see if I can make an axe. "A fish had a picture of Goldie," says Benny. "I'll make you one," says Pete. Everyone in Pete's class wants a painting of Goldie. I think I know what he's going to do now. I think. Pete's grandma wants a painting too. Pete has a lot to do. He has to feed Goldie. He has to do homework. And if you guys see the math homework, so I think it's like doubles. Not doubles, but like kind of like doubles. Like 2 plus 2 is like 4. Pete paints and paints. He makes paintings for everyone on his list. At last, Pete is done. He works hard. There is no paint left. So, I think what color is next? Pete's paintings are a big hit. And if you guys don't know what that means, it means like it's really like amazing, big, and like it's so good. Pete is happy to be done. But Pete is not done. Now everyone in the town wants a painting of Goldie. What? He must be famous after this. Pete gets more paint. I don't know what to do. he says to his mom, I wish I could paint pictures for everyone. I just don't have time. Pete's mom has an idea. She tells it to Pete. Great idea, said Pete. Pete gets right to it. This time he works outside and makes a huge painting. And if you guys don't know why, because then when people drive, they'll see Goldie on that thing. You guys probably see that when you're driving somewhere, you find something somewhere far, you might see a paint, a stand thing like this, little like that, and
Like a billboard?
yeah, billboard. Honk, honk, beep, beep. Here comes Pete. He has made one painting of Goldie for everyone in town to enjoy. Oh, so they put it on the car instead of not on the car, but on the street, ground, whatever, that thing. But I thought they would do that. Whatever. We think differently. What a great day. When Pete gets home, he tells the real Goldie all about it. That was a wonderful story. Pete the cat, a pet for Pete. So
Hi guys. Okay, so I will be reading Fancy Nancy, Peanut Butter, and Jellyfish. Ooh la la, our class is at the aquarium. We will see amazing creatures that live in the sea. First, we have lunch in the cafeteria. I opened my lunchbox. Inside is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, celery sticks with peanut butter, and peanut butter cookies. The other day, my dad made peanut butter. I tell Clara and Bree. He made way too much. Pretty soon, I'm going to turn into a peanut. I don't think that's true, but it's funny. Soon, it's time to see the exhibits. We see tropical fish in every color you can imagine. We watch sea otters playing and see a dolphin show. There's even a pool with manta rays that we can touch. They feel like wet sandpaper. I've never felt a manta ray, but yeah, that must be cool. Then we come to a special exhibit. The sign in front says, The Wonders of Jellyfish. I don't want to go in, I say. I detest jellyfish. Detest is a fancy word for hate. Once at the ocean, I got stung by a jellyfish. Don't look at them, Bree tells me. Just shut your eyes and hold on to me. I've actually got stung by a jellyfish. So basically, one time we went to the beach, it was 2 or 3 years ago, and I couldn't even feel it. I didn't feel it, but when I came out, my whole leg was filled with, they had, these dots of blood all over, there was blood all over me. But, yeah. Bree leads me through the exhibit. Oops, I bump into someone. Oops again, I bump into someone else. Then I hear someone say, Nancy, is something the matter? I open my eyes part way. It is Miss Glass. I explain why I detest jellyfish. Yeah, I wouldn't like jellyfish that much if I got stung, which I did, but I'm still fine. Miss Glass says, I understand. I once got stung by a jellyfish, but they are amazing sea creatures. Come look. Miss Glass takes my hand. I cut my head over my eyes, so I only have to look a little. We pass by a glass case of big, blobby, brown jellyfish. Ew, revolting, I said. That means yucky and gross. But Miss Glass keeps insisting that jellyfish are amazing. Jellyfish don't have eyes or ears, Miss Glass says. They don't have bones or a heart. They're mostly made out of water. Those long strings are tentacles. Those are what sting. Often jellyfish sting to defend themselves against an enemy, sorry. I was not an enemy, I tell her. I was just swimming and having fun. Yes, but the jellyfish had no way of knowing that, Miss Glass says. Jellyfish don't have brains either. That's cool. Yeah, I wasn't doing anything either. I was just swimming. I guess I see what Miss Glass means. The jellyfish wasn't out to get me. It's not smart enough to do that. We walk past a case of purple jellyfish. They aren't as revolting as the brown jellyfish. Now we're standing in front of lots of blue jellyfish. You can see right through them. A fancy word for that is transparent. Then we go stand by another case. These jellyfish look like pearly pink bubbles. In the very last case are tons of tiny jellyfish with lights. They blink on and off like fireflies. I am not so scared anymore. I guess jellyfish are pretty amazing. Yeah. They look kind of cool. That night, I tell my family about the aquarium and the jellyfish. I'm going to make a diorama for Miss Glass because she helped me overcome my fear. I explained to Jojo that a diorama is a 3D display. I get to work right after dinner. I find an empty shoebox and paint the inside blue. Then I stick long silvery ribbons onto one of Mom's old shower caps. I am making a jellyfish. That is actually a cool craft project that you can do. Dad helps me hang my jellyfish from the top of the shoebox. Then he clears the table. No one ate much dinner. It was chicken with peanut butter sauce. Too bad I don't have sand for the bottom, I say. Hold on, Dad tells me. He gets out the giant jar of homemade peanut butter. I think I know where this is going. We spoon the last of the peanut butter onto the bottom of the shoebox until the jar is empty. It looks exactly like sand, I say. Well, maybe not exactly, but it's good enough. I stick seashells into the peanut butter sand. Voila, it looks spectacular. That's fancy for great. The next morning, I present the shoebox to Miss Glass. Oh, a jellyfish diorama, she exclaims. Then I giggle and say, no, Miss Glass, it's a peanut butter and jellyfish diorama. And that was Fancy Nancy, peanut butter and jellyfish. Now we know where that came from.
Alright, hi you guys. So the book that I'm going to be reading is Robin Hill School, The Garden Project. The Garden Project. The sandbox at Robin Hill School was old. We can make it into a garden, said Miss Connor. Parents filled the sandbox with dark brown dirt, which is also known as soil. Miss Connor divided the garden into 4 squares, 4 students for every square. Nick, Katie, Emma, and Egan planted radish seeds. Nick made holes in the dirt with his fingers. Emma dropped 1 seed in each hole. Egan covered them up. Becky, Hannah, Jamie, and Michael planted sunflower seeds. Just 3 or 4, said Miss Connor. Just 3 or 4, said Miss Connor. Sunflowers are big, and they need a lot of sun, said Jamie. Andrew, Ayana, Griffin, and Riza planted peacocks. Looks like they're having trouble trying to put up the dividers. And Neil, Nia, James, and Megan planted lettuce. Yuck, said Neil. I do not like vegetables. We shall see, said Miss Connor. Vegetables are good for you, so kids, eat your vegetables. Every day, the first graders tended their garden. They watered it, they waited, and after 1 week, tiny green sprouts came up. The class picked weeds. They kept the birds away. They watered some more and waited some more. Here's the scarecrow to scare away the birds. After 3 weeks, little lettuces were growing. They're so cute, said Mia. After 4 weeks, the sunflowers were starting to grow taller than me, said Hannah. She smells exactly like me. At last, the first graders' garden were ready to harvest. Looks so beautiful. So over here is where the sunflowers are, and then here are the pea pods, and then I think over here is the lettuce, and here's the lettuce, and then I'm not really sure what the background or like whatever this is. Oh, radishes. Radishes, and then I think that's carrots. I'm not sure what it is, yeah. At last, the first graders' garden were ready to harvest. Miss Connor made lettuce and radish salad with pea pods on top. Yummy, said Neil. Yes, said Becky. She bit into a pea pod. It tastes just like sunshine. And if I remember correctly, didn't Neil say yuck about vegetables? Yep, Neil said yuck, and then before he even tried it, when he saw the salad, he was like, yum. So, you know what that teaches you? First try it, and then you have your opinion. Okay, that's it. Bye! Okay, so now that we're done with our reading, now time for the shout-outs.
Okay, so the first shout out goes to Tetana and your children. We thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and supporting us, and we really appreciate it.
Yes, and the next shout out goes to this beautiful lady that we met at our church. Thank you so much for supporting us, and your daughter. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking. We love you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
And I would like to say thank you so much for all your subscribers and your support and liking our videos.
Yeah,
love
thank
you.
Bye!